So you want to go to college? Who can blame you? Tailgating? I love sports. Top-notch education? Wow, medieval cooking really is my thing. Amazing cafeteria food? This again. Oh, yeah, and that whole getting a degree thing that makes you more appealing to employers, gets you a good starting salary, and kicks off a long, fruitful career? That's cool too. Going to college is a great idea, but it's not free or cheap. And unless you or your family can afford paying for tuition, or you get scholarships or grants, you're going to need a student loan. In this lesson, you'll learn what a student loan is, types of student loans, and how to apply for a student loan. What's a student loan? Not everyone makes enough money in TikTok or Instagram sponsorships to pay for their college experience. Actually, most people don't. 62% of the class of 2019 graduated with student debt. So, if you need to take out a student loan, don't worry, you're not alone. A student loan allows you to borrow money and pay it back at a later date with interest. Not to get all lawyery, but it is important to know that a loan is a legal obligation. You're responsible for repaying the amount you borrow, plus the interest on it. For the record, interest isn't all that interesting. It's essentially the cost of using someone else's money. It costs money to borrow money. Interest is commonly expressed as a percentage of the total amount borrowed. The average interest rates on student loans, depending on the type of loan, range from 2.75% to 12.99%. Ideally, your student loan payments should be a small percentage of your salary after you graduate. You might want to research starting salaries in your desired field so you can keep those in mind when deciding on the right student loans. But if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, like me, that's cool too. Types of student loans. There are two types of student loans. The first type is a federal student loan. That means the lender is good old Uncle Sam, the federal government. Federal student loans offer many benefits not typically associated with the second type of loan, a private student loan. Don't worry, there's nothing secret about this kind of loan. It's just that private loans are made by private organizations. The terms and conditions on these loans are different than federal student loans. Oftentimes, they can be more expensive. Not sure which one to pick? No worries. Check out our lesson on federal versus private student loans. How to apply for a student loan. Now that you know what a student loan is and the two different types, you might ask, how does one go about applying for these? The application process for federal and private student loans is different. To apply for federal student loans, you'll need to file a FAFSA. No, that's not Simba's dad's name in The Lion King. It's an acronym for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Information on the FAFSA determines how much you can borrow. Then, your college sends you a financial aid offer with details on how to accept your loan. Applying for a private student loan is a little different. No FAFSA to see here. Instead, you apply for this type of loan with an individual lender. That lender checks your credit score to see if you qualify for the loan and sometimes requires a cosigner. A cosigner is a parent, close family member, or friend who agrees to pay the loan if you do not. So, maybe make your cosigner breakfast or wash their car before you ask them to help you apply for a private student loan. Whether you need a cosigner or not, you are not alone in applying for a student loan. There are nearly 45 million borrowers who collectively owe $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. In other words, we're all in this together.